Hey guys, welcome back to Dallas Fuel Takes. I'm Kel.
I'm Misfit.
And we're here to talk about Dallas Fuel 24/7. 8 hours a day, 8 hours a week. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're only talking about Dallas Fuel. No, we do have to talk about them, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we got started off with them a little bit.
Yep, some news over the weekend.
As usual, there's news.
Yep. But honestly...
Not surprising news.
Not surprising news at all, and probably for the better for everybody.
Yeah.
At this point. XQC has been cut.
Yeah.
No longer in the league, released, whatever, however you want to say it. He doesn't play for the Dallas Fuel anymore. Yeah. I highly doubt any other team picks him up, at least not this season.
At least at this moment, I think they're going to let shit calm down.
Yeah. If at the very earliest, it would be going into stage 3 that somebody would pick him up. But honestly, I don't think anybody wants to deal with the head case.
Yeah, and you know what? He's not. He's a really good player. But here's the thing: his attitude and his style and stuff. He's an entertainer on stream.
Yeah,
and he has minions and followers. And when people, it's kind of like back in the day with Howard Stern.
Yeah,
it's like Howard Stern does something absolutely outrageous and stupid, and everybody backs him, his fan base. And everybody else is like, why the fuck are you doing that? He's acting like an idiot. Right. And they're like in the millions just, acting like total dopes.
No, he's fun. He does great things. This is so funny, and it's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't want funny. And honestly, all right, not that I don't want funny and I don't want fun. This is a professional league.
Yes,
I think some of these guys are starting to figure this out. Mm-hmm. You can fuck around on stream. That is fantastic. I wouldn't watch streams if people didn't do that.
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and watch somebody straight play Overwatch. I'm sorry. Or any game for that matter. He's entertaining on stream. Ragtag's entertaining on stream. Tim the Tat Man. All those guys are fucking great on stream. They're not in this league for a reason. That's their thing. The other guys that are in this league that want to play and want to, be professionals.
Be professional, and they're there to take it seriously. Whereas those guys are they're just jacking around. They don't give a fuck, most of them. And XQC is probably one of the few that had the talent to make the league. They're just the natural ability, but everything else that he does just is too much of a distraction. It's too much going on to even bother, and it's pointless. Like the only other. I don't know. It's just I'm done talking about it.
It's like putting a Harlem Globetrotter on the Cavs.
Yeah,
they're good basketball players. They're entertainers. They're not NBA players. They don't have that style, that attitude.
Exactly,
and that's the way it is. And I'm not knocking XQC for that.
No, that's a really good analogy, though. I think that's really apt to what it is.
He's an entertainer. It's a failed experiment. Let's move on. Can we talk about Overwatch now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And talk about what happened last week as far as games.
Yes, let's talk. Well, we're going to hit you with some Wednesday and some Thursday stuff. We already talked about one team involved that got swept early on Wednesday.
Almost swept.
Almost. They did tie.
They tied that first map, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be really good after that. And San Francisco looked good.
Yeah, San Francisco looked a lot better.
That's all I really want. Dante's been picking up his game. I've been talking about him a lot.
Yeah.
Picked up his game a lot. The other team is a mess. I think things will get straightened out with them at some point. Don't know when. That's so much for that thing. And then Soul, I really don't want to talk about that. Yeah. Bunny took over the game.
Yeah, completely.
Shanghai losing Dia was just huge for them.
It really was. I just feel bad for them at this point. I know,
and it's like, fuck. It's even Soul is just like, they let off the gas a little, They put in their second squad, which could be a team in the league in itself, mm-hmm. But you know what I mean. They had Wakid in there, and they had other guys, doing different stuff, and they had Guido in there.
Yeah.
But, it's like Shanghai, it's like kicking a dog at this point, or hitting
really
a 4-year-old. All the analogies you want, like I said last week.
It's
bad.
It's just getting sad.
Yeah, it's sad. And you know what? The people will be in at the beginning of stage 3. They had the visa problems. We talked about that a little bit at the end of last week.
And they want to, I think, with their coaching situation too, with getting these new people in, they want to get everybody acclimated at the same time. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now.
And honestly, they're more playing for the future.
Yes.
Not to throw sports cliches in there, they're playing for next year.
Right.
just building on it, getting better. And honestly, the one thing I did pull away from this, MG is fucking awesome on goddamn Roadhog.
Yeah, he really is a decent Roadhog.
He was like, he had a hook rate on the one map that they won there. It was 72.5% or something like that.
Damn,
that's fucking
crazy.
ridiculous, man. I think he threw out 18 hooks. It wasn't like he did 4.
Right.
Okay, so the matchup on Wednesday, I know you guys are going to say what, but it was the Battle of Los Angeles. It was an impressive one-sided win, so it was the match of the day.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Because, I mean, looking at the other games, none of these games were really great, but this one, even though it was a 4-0 sweep, it was still really entertaining, and we got some really good gameplay out of this. And then just showing how far that the Gladiators have come to this point. And
it was the most well-played.
Oh, hands down.
And, you go 6-5 on the last map. I mean...
Yeah. You go 4-5 on the first map.
Yeah.
Really, the only one that LA took over was Lijiang, and even that wasn't like they dominated, because LA was right up there in percentage on both of those points, but LA just was able to finish. And then we saw some really good defense on Hollywood. Yeah. I think that was probably the most impressive part of what LA was doing, or the Gladiators were doing. I think they just looked really, really good on defense and just took over from that. And then no one could. And then it was the exact opposite story.
Well, yeah.
with
that happens on Gibraltar, though. Sometimes it's like it's either one of those 1-0, or it's 6-5 and just back and forth. Because once you get in that middle part, if you get rolling through the underneath the ship and all that, it's really hard to slow down. It really is. Especially with these guys, because then they get onto that last point, and on attack they'll switch to Widow, and all that, and it gets crazy. But we talked about it in the duos. Fissure and Bishu and Surefour and the rest of the gang on their DPS, just amazing this week. Yeah, absolutely. And for once, we're not talking about how great their supports were, which they were great too. Now we get to talk about the rest of the team, and how well they performed, and they absolutely were the biggest factors in winning this game, hands down. And to one of the points we made last week as well, we said maybe they should put Asher on Tracer, and just kind of make him the Tracer guy. And you know what? They've been doing that, and they've been playing so much better. So much. With, the addition of Fissure, they could be doing the Boston, this segment, stage, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, absolutely. Because they got that feel. They got, the momentum rolling. They got good vibes. And they had decent enough communication. Yeah. And now I think... But, all of that stuff has just gone up another level. Yeah. It's amazing the impact that Fissure has made on this team. Yeah. I think everyone knew that it was going to be a really good move for them, but I don't think anybody could have predicted that it was going to be this good of a move for them. No. And it has, and like an offensive line in football. Yep. A tank in Overwatch, if you have a good main tank, it dictates what you do on your attacks and everything. Yeah, and you're just setting yourself up for so much better. DPS has room. Your DPS has room. And then that gives them room to peel off of the supports, so the supports can keep everybody else alive, and all of that. It just makes everybody. It just raises everybody up a little bit more, and it seems like he has absolutely done that. Absolutely, the MVP for that team. Yes, and also just one last side note on Wednesday, we also did see Mercy running around with 2 Reaper shotguns. courtesy of the design team at Overwatch. Right. Which, those guys need to keep doing that. Although some of the signs are stupid. Like someone, and I'm calling you out, dude, I don't give a fuck. Play Brigitte, you cowards. Do you even fucking play the game and know she's not even live in the regular game yet? Right, fucking let alone the... Stop making signs for idiotic reasons like that. Okay. It was funny with Symmetra. Yeah. With the character that's not even live yet. Come on, dude. Can we at least wait 2 weeks until the next stage when she's actually even available to play for them? I'll give it to you on that. Next stage, if they don't play her, bring that sign in. I'll back you. Yeah. I want to see what they're going to do next, though. I really do. So we got. Can we get Roadhog to fly? I want that. Yes. I want Roadhog with a jetpack, like fucking Farah. Or I want Roadhog with Tracer's guns.
I want to see that.
Blinking Roadhog?
Yes.
Maybe Tracer with a hook?
I'm picturing Tracer or Roadhog Tracer.
How about Tracer attached to Roadhog's back?
Every time you hear Tracer go, hi, it's...
Hey. Cheers, love.
Hey.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
Oh my god, can we get... Because I know the Roadhog voice actor is a...
He's a player.
He's a player of the game and loves doing that kind of stuff. We need to get him doing Tracer voice lines immediately.
Yeah, because I know all the voice actors are on Twitter,
right?
And they all have get together and they screw around with each other's voice lines. I want to hear that.
Yes, we need this now.
I need it now, and I also need. That's it. I'm going to Los Angeles. Roadhog needs to blink. Roadhog recall. Imagine that shit. Okay, we've gone way off the fucking rails right now.
Yes, we did. All right.
Thanks, XQC, for that, you fucking bastard.
All right, so
anyway,
let's go
on to Thursday.
Our match of the day on Thursday was...
we gotta collect ourselves after that stupidity.
Yeah. All right, so Thursday's match of the day, we had, again, LA.
Valiant involved again.
Yeah. But let's talk about the other games first.
Yeah.
Just a quick hitter on the Philly versus Seoul game.
That was pretty close.
It was close, and we debated on going with this one, but actually, even though the Valiant 4-0'd Houston,
it was closer.
It was a lot closer and just a much more entertaining game. Because though Philly took a map against Seoul, you just never had a sense that Seoul was going to lose any of the other maps.
No.
Or lose the game in general.
I just enjoyed watching Fleta play in this, and it's ridiculous that... I mean, everybody talks about him all the time, but how can you not? He was part of our duo thing, but, he pulls out... Whoever he pulls out, he just fucking takes over with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't matter. Some guys in the hero pool, you're they pull out their, their Pharaoh's okay, their Widow's okay, but, they're known for their this or their that. He just, whatever, okay. I'm going to play Doomfist, and I'll get 9 kills.
Right.
Whatever.
He's absolutely ridiculous.
Honestly, the only debate I would have right now as an MVP in the league right now with him would be Sabiobi. I thought
possibly Jonak.
Possibly Jonak.
I think it's probably those three guys. It would be Fleta, Sabiobi, or Jonak.
Yeah.
Which just shows how good fucking New York is, that they have two guys that could be MVP right now.
Yeah.
But
anyway, Philadelphia put up a fight.
Yeah, they did. And they look decent, but it's just not enough.
No, definitely not.
And they had a really tough schedule this weekend, and they got shot back down to earth.
Yeah, they did.
They did a really hot start to the stage.
Yep, and the other match, we don't really need to spend any time on it.
Yeah.
Boston 4-0 Shanghai. Shanghai's just Shanghai.
Shanghai's just Shanghai, and Boston took advantage of it, but at the same time,
they looked
honestly, they looked a little better, but they are not at the level that they were in the last stage.
No.
And
Dream Casper did look more like Dream Casper in this one.
In this one, he did.
Mistakes also. I think Mistakes is working his way into that lineup a little bit more and more and more here, because he seems to be a little bit more versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Or he has a different hero pool, I guess, than
Striker.
Than Striker or Dream Casper.
Yeah.
Because he does that 76 Sombra.
Yeah.
Where Striker is a tracer specialist.
Yes.
I mean, he's a good hit scan player altogether. And Dream Casper is better on that, for some reason, McCree, and then the projectile.
Yeah.
So I think they get a good trio there. Who knows? They're denying the rumors with all the trades and all that stuff that people were talking about last week. So who knows?
Yeah.
But they did what they needed to do, had to do whatever they should have done to Shanghai.
But let's talk about this Houston versus LA game.
Yes, this was an insanely good match. Even though it was a 4-0 defensive struggle, because Houston was involved, but
right. But man, I mean, for LA to win every map 2-1, that's
just edging them out
just barely.
And the fact that LA adapted to a defensive game impressed me, actually, more than anything, because you just think of them as like a dive, kind of in your face offensive attack team, and they kind of played to Houston's game in a good way. They kind of, they knew what Houston was going to do. They didn't take that loss that they got the day before too hard.
Well, that's what I'm thinking with the Valiant is like that is the sign of a truly good team though, is that they can adapt themselves to whatever play style and make it work.
Which they're having trouble with.
They're having trouble, but they really did it well in this game. Yeah. So I think that's a really good sign for them, and I think that's definitely something they can take. The biggest thing that they can take from this game is that, hey, we played a different style, a different game than we normally do, and we made it work. So they need to keep building on that because that's what true championship teams do. Yeah. I always think of those Spurs teams from the mid-'90s where they could literally play, like, oh, you guys want to shoot a bunch of threes? Okay.
Yeah. They played that.
You guys want to play a grinded out, dunk it down, or dink and dunk down to Tim Duncan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. And it's just, they just
play. You want to go three crazy? Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can do that too. Yeah.
They're gonna play whatever style the other team is gonna do, and they're gonna do it better. And that's what I always think of as like a truly championship caliber team, and that's what that Spurs team does, and that's what I'm hoping that LA can do. Yeah. And take away from this and really do, because I mean that's what that's what London's doing. That's what Seoul is doing. New York, not quite as much, because New York is just at the point where they're just like, you're going to play our style. Yeah. See if you can beat it.
Yeah, that's true. But we're dictating the pace of this game, the tone of this game, the meta, or the But I mean, that's
the key too, is controlling those things. And if you can play any style and control it in that way, then that's a great way to approach it, and I think that's exactly what LA needed to do. And
bringing Kareem in, helped out a lot.
That has really made such a huge difference for this team. Is moving Kareem to a DPS role and giving Soon the compliment that he needed. Yeah, I think that's been huge for this team.
I mean, Soon played a lot of Tracer before, but now he can just focus on the Tracer because Kareem's great on Widowmaker. So if you need a Widowmaker or you need a Pharah or something like that. Soon doesn't have to jump over to it.
Or it just gives them so much more flexibility.
And their tanks are they're the one tank duo that can kind of deal with Houston's really good tank duo because they're aggressive and they want to, and which they did. Mm-hmm. They just want to take over. Where other teams that have beat Houston, they play more of that defensive kind of like go at it. The same style as Muma and Coolmap.
Yeah, similar to what Boston did against them in Stage 1.
New York does that with them. But Fate and Envy, they just bring it to you.
Yeah, they really do. And they're just like, okay, you guys are going to stay there. We're jumping right in for you.
Yep. They just played really, really well against Houston. Houston has had some problems this stage. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, they're not looking like the same team that they were.
I think people are catching up to their style.
Yep.
And their DPS are not, like we said this like a couple times already, this is not the map pool for Jake's...
for Jake's Junkrat or anything like that. He's just... His hero pool just does not match up well with this map pool.
And especially on the maps that they had going into this set against Los Angeles, the Valiant, where you don't have Kings Row. You don't have
Gibraltar.
You don't have those places where you can Junkrat 76 a lot. It hurts them.
Yeah, it really does.
That's why I think we're seeing some more clockwork here and there.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's I mean, you're going to have situations like this. You just got to have the guys to do it.
You just have to be able to make the adjustments, and I mean that's another thing where the like split your team strategy that London has been doing has worked out really well for them.
Yeah, and Seoul to an extent.
Yeah.
This week they did it. I think it was more because they had a bigger match on Thursday with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You want to get... Everybody's giving their guys rest against Shanghai. It's just...
Plus it was a super quick turnaround, too, for them. Because they did back-to-back games.
Back-to-back games, yeah. So, that was the match of the day, Thursday. And that will be our Wednesday-Thursday recap. And... we will see you guys with our Friday-Saturday recap. And then, of course, moving on to the week, we'll hit you with the picks for week 4 and our previews for that.
Yeah.
And we hope we do not have any Dallas Fuel fucking drama.
Yeah, let's hope we don't have any more Dallas Fuel news. Don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit us up on Twitter, Twitch. Just keep checking out all our videos. We'll see you guys around.
We'll see you guys later. Keep the conversation going down below as well. We love comments and, keeping the conversations going and all that stuff. So we'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you guys on the next one.
Later.